All right, friends. So now we're going to read Blast Off May or Blast Off May. See, punctuation matters. Oh, okay. And we're good. All right. Because March is Women's History Month, as this article tells us. And the name or title of our article is Blast Off May. When Mae Jemison was a girl, she dreamed of going to space. Back then, there weren't any astronauts who looked like her. But Mae didn't give up. She became the first Black woman in space. Mae visits the stars. As you read, think about how being curious helped Mae. When Mae Jemison was a little girl, she was curious. She always wanted to try new things, and she wanted to learn more. She looked up at the stars, and she wondered what it would be like to live up there. Mae was curious at the library, too. She loved to read, and she tried all different kinds of books. Her favorite books were science fiction, made up stories often about space. Sometimes Mae looked at the stars and wondered if aliens were up there. Mae's dream. Mae wanted to be a scientist when she grew up. It was her dream. But back then, most scientists were white men. Not many scientists looked like Mae. That didn't stop Mae. She believed in herself. Her parents did too. They encouraged her. They told her she could do the things she wanted to do. So Mae followed her dream. She worked hard. She read books about girls who were scientists and heroes. She stayed curious too. She kept trying new things like acting and dancing. Mae in space. Mae grew up and became a doctor. She went around the world to help sick people. Mae loved it, but she still dreamed about space. She decided to try to become an astronaut. It wasn't easy. Thousands of people wanted to be astronauts, but only 15 people were picked. Mae was one of them. At last, in 1992, Mae blasted off. She was the first Black woman to go to space. Mae did a lot of science work in space. She did experiments on frog eggs. She studied what happened to astronauts' bones in space. And she danced. Dancing is easy when you can float. Mae could spin and spin. Mae loved space. It was exactly where I wanted to be, she said. Life after space. Mae hasn't been back to space since then, but she hasn't stopped trying new things. She started a summer camp for kids who want to learn about science. She started a company to help sick people. And she wrote a book about a girl who grew up to be a scientist herself. Oh, herself. Mae has never stopped being curious. So, what are you curious about? Start asking questions. You never know where they might take you. By Blair Rainsford. Oh, this was such a beautiful article, boys and girls. What do you think? I hope that you enjoyed hearing this article about Mae Jemison. Let's go to the next slide to learn more.